We can't hear anything.
What? Damn it. I know
It's probably for the best.
A year ago today, all of this was declared a giant global mess.
I wonder who caused it.
In the United States, we have lost more than 500,000.
Allegedly. I'm just gonna say that, allegedly, because a lot of those people were probably already gonna die.
Yeah, and then,
We also had some issues with false positive tests.
And then there was also that whole thing with a bunch of large-scale hospitals where they receive a financial incentive to report a debt as a positive COVID debt.
There's also the thing that these are mostly elderly people, although obviously that's still sad when an elderly person dies, but no offense, they have less effect on the economy compared to someone who's younger.
Could you just acknowledge that a loss of life is terrible and not bring it back to the economy?
Certain lives are worth more in the present than other lives.
Yeah, that's always the scenario, but it's still not a good thing just in general to say, well, they were old and they weren't really useful to the economy. But the statement you're just saying makes you sound more sociopathic than me.
It might sound sociopathic, but you have to look at it realistically. Anyways, let's move on.
Have you met people in 2020?
Yeah, I know, people are stupid, but I can't do anything about that. I could say that tacos are tacos and donuts are donuts, and they'd still get upset at me.
Actually, I can't see anyone getting upset at that. I can only see people getting upset at you being a white person talking about tacos. That's the only portion of that statement I could see people getting upset over.
A little less than 20%. You know, the thing is, we have less than 5% of the world's population, but we have 20% of the lost.
Again, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, Italy, for me, would be argued as quite worse, considering how our president decided to snuff even doctors. And when I mean snuff, I don't mean kill, just politically over doctors as far back as December 2019.
Besides the fact that if you take out New York, New Jersey, and California, our death rate goes way down. And how come Florida, we're completely open, and we have the highest elderly population, and, well, not really a problem. Go ahead.
You also have to look at the elderly population because the West has a much higher elderly population compared to Africa.
Yeah, and then there's also another problem, which is countries actually... because you gotta remember, China completely said no more cases beyond the 50,000 that they had. So officially on the global numbers, China is just 50,000 infected, and it's like...
Because China wouldn't lie.
Yeah, and then there was also, North Korea killing those that were infected, Iran who was killing those infected. I think it was Nigeria that were killing people that they thought were infected.
How did that happen? How did that occur? We have the infrastructure. We have the research. We have the plans.
Because of government being retarded, that's partly why, if you want to say that those were legitimately lost by a pandemic, all of those lives, then because of the government, so...
Well, and not to mention, most people did not respond well because China hid it from us.
That too. That's the other thing.
One of the few countries to, handle it pretty darn well was Taiwan because they never trusted China to begin with.
What were we missing? Leadership. And I'm not just talking about the one guy, although he certainly had a lot to do with it.
Did more than most politicians, I'm just gonna say.
When he cut off travel from China, people called him racist.
That was January 31st. And then he cut off travel from Europe. And then he initiated Operation Warp Speed, which is why we have a vaccine, even though Joe Biden is claiming that, we didn't have a vaccine when we came into office. It's like, yes, you did.